Hello and welcome back to my classical mat series where I am giving you short little videos breaking down the classical 34 mat exercises into chunks. The last two videos are going to be chunks of 5 exercises instead of the last series that has been 6 exercises. I will address the elephant in the room. It's been a little while since I've done these, and life happens. Have you ever had a grand idea and then life throws a bunch of stuff at you? Well, that is where I was. So I'm back and we're going to get going today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the next 5 exercises just as they are. And then the second time around, I'm going to give you some modifications. We're at the end of the 34, and so some of these exercises get challenging, and the modifications are few and far between, especially with boomerang. That is just what it is. And this is the last exercise I'm going to do today, so you'll get to see what boomerang is like. But we are going to start with leg pull down. All right, so down because I'm facing the floor. I want you to come into a plank position. You can have your feet wider, a little narrower would be a little more challenging. You lift one foot, pulse as you press back, and set that foot down. Lift the other foot, point and pulse, and press back. And pulse and return. Lift, point, pulse, and return. There's leg pulled down. Let's do a couple more. Reach and reach. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower your knees. Flip your legs through. Leg pull up is next. Hands behind you. Fingertips pointing in the same direction as your toes. Legs are long. Come into your reverse plank. Press into the floor with your hands. And one leg, lift the other leg and lower it down. Eye gaze on the horizon as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. Without, ideally, dropping your hips. 2 and 1. And there's Whippica and lower all the way down. Hello, buddy, you're in the way. Move. Side kicks and tall kneeling. I like to make this part of the next exercise as well. So we're going to do side kick kneeling and side bend mermaid together on the same side, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm in a tall kneeling position, arms to a T. You're going to come down to your side, bottom hand, top leg reaches long, flex, kick, kick, point, press, press. Flex, kick, kick, point, press, press. 2 inhales, 2 exhales. Let's do one more. Step that leg down towards the front of the mat. Reach the other leg behind. Side bend mermaid. Lower your hips, lower your hand, look at your feet. Lift your hips. Press your hips towards the sky as you reach up and over. And lower down. And press up. 2 more. Lower down. And press up. 1 more. And press up. Now we got to get back to that kneeling position. So bring your bottom knee underneath you. Press up. And then we go to the other side. So with control, coming down. Reach the top leg long. Flex and point. And flex and point. Reaching down into the mat with your bottom hand. Reaching up towards the sky with your top hand. Kick, kick. Point, point. 2 more. Flex. Don't forget our breath. Reach that top leg long. Set it down. Reach the other leg behind. Lower your hips. Lower your hand. Look at your feet. Lift up. Look at your bottom hand. Reach that hip towards the sky. And then lower. And lift. Strong shoulders supporting you. Lifting out of your shoulder. Let's do 2 more. We did 4 on the other side, 4 on this side. Last one. And then bring that knee and back up. Boomerang. I love boomerang. I'm going to show you a couple times slow and a couple times with a little bit of speed. All right, so sitting up nice and tall. Legs are crossed over.
First part of boomerang is a roll down. We roll down. Hands find the mat. You lift your legs up and over. Second part is roll over. Open your legs, uncross, recross. Third part of this exercise is teaser. And then rowing, I lower down. My arms kind of up and around. Grab my hands, reach up, and restack as my arms come in front. I'll show that one more time slow. So it's a roll down. Turning the wheels, rolling down, hands find the mat. I get support in my rollover, open, close, and roll down my spine. Sequencing down, I get ready, I come up into my teaser. Arms come up and around. Hold hands with yourself if you can. Lift your arms, feel a stretch, and restack. You're gonna join me, go a little faster. So we're gonna, with control, come up and over, uncross, recross, teaser, lower down, circle the arms, grab your hands, stretch. One more time. Keep breathing, and you are done. I'm just gonna assume that you saw that last one, not just a close-up of my dog's face. All right, so let's go one more time with some modifications, okay? So leg pull down. If you have wrist issues, you can do this exercise fully from your elbows. So I lift, point, pulse, and return. Lift, point, pulse, and return. I could even do that from my knees, right? So I could have one knee down. I'm not gonna have a big range of motion as I press back. My hips might lift a little, but we have that option. Always just take your wrists out of it. You could even prop your arms up on a box or on your coffee table and make that a little bit less weight on your shoulders still. Leg pull up. This is a challenging one. If the long lever of the legs is challenging, keep your feet in a little bit closer. Hands, I like fingers pointing towards your toes. If that doesn't feel great, you could play around with where your fingers point. Okay? Fingers pointing towards your toes is the best angle for the rest of your shoulder, but I can come up into a tabletop position and lower down. That could be my modification. Maybe I lift one leg up into tabletop as I lift my hips, like a little march. And then I keep the levers shorter. So you have a couple different ways to modify a very challenging exercise. Leg pull up is extremely challenging. Now our kneeling side kicks, I could go back and do my regular side kicks here, right? If your shoulders aren't ready to do kneeling side kicks, do another round of regular side kicks. If you have sensitive wrists, you could come onto your fists here as well. You don't have to have a flat palm. To modify our mermaid, I'm going to have my bottom leg bent and my top leg long, and I'm going to be on my bottom elbow. Arm down by my side. I'm going to lift my hips, and I get support from that bottom leg with my knee down, and then I lower my hips. I look at my feet as I lower my hips. I look at my bottom elbow as I lift my hips. So lots of ways to modify. Think about how can I make the lever shorter, because that's less weight that you have to manage out away from your nice strong center. Boomerang. I'll show it one more time because this guy got in the way. But there's really, not a lot of modifications for this exercise, but we can think about how we break it down and slow it down. What if, for my boomerang, I just did a roll down all the way down, all right? Then I get here and I bend my knees, recross if I need to, and I come up and over. And then I can cross and uncross and recross, and then I can roll all the way down. And maybe my teaser is a bent knee teaser. And then I extend my legs and roll forward. And my arms circle where they circle. Holding hands with yourself, some people might not be able to manage that. And so maybe you're just thinking about holding hands with yourself. So think about how to break down that exercise in your own way to make it work for your body. Again, shortening the levers makes a big difference. I hope that was helpful. Enjoy. Okay, we'll cut that. You go.